What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So guys, today we are doing a quick review on the Weaponized Ignus. So we're going to check out the armor, then also the weapon, and also we're going to compare how it does compared to the regular Ignus. So first of all, if you want to get it, it's on Warstock 3.2 million and it's only available for the next gen version of GTA Online. So on PS4 and Xbox One, and currently also on PC, it's not available. So the Weaponized Ignus, it's one of the HSW vehicles, so that means that you can upgrade it in how special works in the LS car meet. The upgrade cost, normally it's 500k. This was the first time I upgraded a vehicle, so for me it was free, but normally 500k. After you upgrade it, you'll have the options to get special upgrades. Now I read some comments on one of my videos that you could also upgrade the regular Ignus. This is not true. So the Weaponized Ignus and the regular Ignus are two separate vehicles. There is no way to switch between them. Now very quick, the special upgrades that are available for the Weaponized Ignus. So first of all, the HSW brakes. Then you also have the countermeasures, by the way, which is the lock-on jammer. This is standard on the vehicle when you get it. So this, for example, we don't have with the regular Ignus. The HSW engine tune you can also get if you get the upgrade. If you guys want to see a more detailed video, by the way, on the customization of this vehicle, you can click top right now. We also have the chameleon paint job, of course, but this you have on every vehicle if you are on next gen. Then we have the HSW spoilers. This is also an option, so again, this is not available for the regular Ignus, and also if you don't upgrade, you also won't have these options. Besides that, we also have the HSW suspension, then also the HSW transmission, and then the last one is the HSW Stage 3 Turbo. So all the things that I summed up right now are the special things that you can get if you get the HSW upgrades. Now the next thing we're going to take a look at is a comparison between the Ignus and the Weaponized Ignus on a 1 mile straight track. The Weaponized Ignus, by the way, it's just a supercar, so you can use it in supercar races. In a race lobby, you guys will also notice, by the way, that there is a option HSW mode. So this you can disable or enable. If you disable it, it basically means that when you use a HSW car, it won't have the special upgrades, but you can still use it. So the first test, we have the Weaponized Ignus with all the HSW upgrades. And I have to say, if you ever had the normal Ignus, you will immediately notice that the acceleration is a lot better. Also, if we looked at the stats, the speed bar was completely full, the acceleration was completely full. So on the 1 mile straight track, the Weaponized Ignus got a time of 29.4 seconds with the HSW upgrades enabled. Then if we go ahead and disable this setting, so we can still use this car, but it doesn't have all the special upgrades basically. You immediately notice that the acceleration drops, but it's still a pretty fast car. The time that we got over here was 33.5 seconds, so that's a difference of 4.1 seconds if you disable or enable the HSW mode. The last one that we have to check out is the regular Ignus. Of course, fully upgraded, max engine, all of it. And it kind of feels like the Weaponized Ignus without these special upgrades. The time was also very comparable, 33.8 seconds. So the slowest one is actually the regular Ignus, and the difference is more than 4.5 seconds between the Weaponized Ignus and the regular Ignus, if you do use the special upgrades. Now if we want to test out the armor, we have to use a RPG, of course, because a homing launcher isn't really useful since it has the lock-on jammer, and I was very disappointed, but one RPG rocket is enough to destroy it. The windows, they are not bulletproof, but they can take a couple of bullets, so you won't die immediately. I also noticed when I was fighting the cops, they were shooting at me, but I wasn't getting hit immediately. So over here, for example, this random guy was shooting at me and he couldn't immediately break the window, so it was very easy to kill him with the minigun. Of course, if you use an assault rifle, it would go faster though, because he was using a pistol. Then if we take a look at the weapon, now first of all, I want to say that you can also use your drive-by weapon, so it's not only the minigun. So the mounted gun itself, first of all, the damage, pretty good. Especially against a regular car, you can destroy them very fast. Now, you also have the option to aim a little, which is very nice because normally with a mounted gun, it's just one angle and then it's very hard to hit your targets. The aiming is limited though, so the range of motion over here I will show you guys. So when you look at it horizontally, it's actually not that big of an angle. I would say like 15 or maybe 20 degrees. And then vertically, of course, it matters how far you are away from the target, but the angle is always the same. So you can hit right in front of you, which is pretty impressive. And then, for example, if we look on this building, if we look at the bullet holes, you can see how high you can approximately hit if you're this far. Like I said, of course, if you go back, you can hit higher. But normally, if you have a target, for example, a helicopter, they will move around a lot. And then with this limited range of motion, it's actually very hard to hit them. Now, just to give you guys an example, this Oppressor Mark II over here, he was harassing a guy in a lobby. The guy had an insurgent tope. But you can see when he gets too high above you or when he gets to the sides, you will see that your aim dot, it basically becomes gray. So that means you cannot shoot. And this is the thing with the range of motion. So when you have a Oppressor Mark II or a jet zooming around you like this and your range of motion is very limited, it's almost impossible to hit them, especially because they also move around a lot. Then he got off, of course, because I also have the lock-on jammer. I killed him, and then surprise, surprise, like 30 seconds later, I got orbital cannoned by the same guy. But my point was basically the weapon for a target in the air, it's not that good, because they will always be very high above you, and they fly around a lot, so then it's hard to hit them. But for a ground target, good damage. You also have the option to aim a bit, so then the weapon is actually very good. So in general, I would say good weapon for ground targets, very, very fast acceleration, also much faster than the regular Ignus, so definitely worth getting this car, guys, if you can. That was basically it. Make sure to like, subscribe, check out the Discord in the description, and peace out, you guys.